Testing, testing. And then good morning. Hi, everyone. Yay, happy Sunday. Thanks for being here. Welcome you all who are in the room and those of you on YouTube Live. I'm Reverend Julia Robles-Scott, and I'm happy to be your bridge minister. So I'm going to invite everyone to stand, and we're going to get started with 2 community songs.
MC.
We doing an intro on that or not?
Yeah, we're going to do the intro. I start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of, is love. I start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of, is love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. I start my day with peace. When I start my day with peace, I feel that sweet release of peace. I start my day with peace. When I start my day with peace, I feel that sweet release of peace. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. I start my day with joy. When I start my day with joy, everything I do is infused with joy. I start my day with joy. When I start my day with joy, everything I do is infused with joy. Joy, joy, joy. Joy, joy, joy. Joy, joy, joy. Joy, That's what I get more of is love. I start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of is love.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, now we're gonna go. One more time.
Okay, let's try another way.
Everything I need to know about what lies before me. Everything I need to know about what lies before me is available to me. Is available to me. The mind of God within me. Everything I need to do about what lies before me. Everything I need to do about what lies before me is available to me. Is available to me. The mind of God within me. Everything I need to behold about what lies before me. Everything I need to behold about what lies before me is available to me. Is available to me. The mind of God within me. Everything I need to get peace about what lies before me. Everything I need to get peace about what lies before me is available to me. Is available to me. The mind of God within me. Everything I need to be strong about what lies before me. Everything I need to be strong about what lies before me is available to me. Is available to me. In the mind of God within me. Everything I need to be known about what lies before me. Everything I need to know about what lies before me is available to me. Is available to me. In the mind of God within me. In the mind of God within me. In the mind of God within me.
Woo-hoo. Hi. Good thing we're so flexible. We can figure out the words of the songs, huh? Thanks, everybody. Yeah. So welcome again to those of you who have joined while we were singing in the room and on YouTube Live. So it is my pleasure to remind us of who we are. And we are a radically inclusive, spiritually progressive, supportive community that celebrates the diversity of creation. We aspire to live authentic spiritual lives through a practical application of the science of mind and spirit, and we engage in sacred practices that uplift our spirit, deepen our awareness, and ignite our soul's self-expression. We demonstrate active compassion to ourselves, each other, and the world. We experience meaningful contribution through giving generously of our time, talents, and treasures, and we intentionally promote our community and its teachings. So now I'd like to invite our practitioner of the day, Rev Lanny, up to do our candle lighting ritual. So we light this candle to celebrate the unity of all peoples, all faiths, all beings, and all life, honoring infinity of oneness as all creation, the seen and unseen, and to remind us of the light of spirit within us all. So here's our weekly morning question. What's alive in you today? Joy. Joy.
Love.
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 Spring. Harmony. Possibilities. All right. Oneness. Great, thank you. And I just want to remind us that we are a praying community. So in the seat backs in front of you, there are lavender slips. If you have a desire on your heart for prayer, feel free to fill one of those out, and there's a little brown box over there to the left of the door, and you can place that in the brown box, and the ministers and practitioners get together on Monday evenings, and we pray over those for you for the week. Also, if you're sitting in the front row, there's a lavender slip over there by the brown box. If you're on YouTube, you can go to our website at sierracenter.org and click on the prayer request button, and we will pray for you this week. So we would love to do that. Is there anyone here for the first or second time? Welcome. So glad to have you. Terry, good to see you. So please introduce yourself. I met Terry just a couple nights ago, it seems like, and she's been to Science of Mind Center before, and so Darla brought her, my dear friend Darla. Thank you. And now I'm going to invite Maxine up to share our announcements for us. Oh,
That is one bright light.
just stand to the right. There you go.
Hello, my name is Maxine Cosby, and I'm here to give you the announcements today. If you're interested in serving our center congregant with compassionate care, please sign up in the foyer or email the office or Rev. Julia. If you'd like to have a prayer partner for the week, please sign up at the list in the foyer. Then connect with the other person on the list after service to support one another. Community update meeting and potluck is Sunday, May 5th at 11:30. Bring a dish to share and come learn about updates regarding the new minister search. Our Sacred Circle dance is Monday, May 6th at 10:30 to 12 p.m. It may not meet at Sierra Center, so contact Judy for more information, and her number is 530-798-0385. We have poetry open mic with Rev. Lanny on Friday, May 10th from 5 to 6 p.m. Bring a poem to share in a safe and welcoming place, in person and via Zoom. A suggested love donation of $10. Your yard beautification volunteers are needed. Any of you that want to work outdoors and make us look prettier, you're welcome. Sign up on the pink sheet in the foyer to help volunteer in our garden. The other news that I have is that Steve Bayad, who is one of our musicians here, and a group called Harmony Groove will be having a barn party on Saturday. And the thing that they've asked is that you register. They need to know who's coming, and they're going. This is held at the barn at 13656 Thoroughboot Loop in Grass Valley. You can sign up at their website at harmonygrooveband.com. They would like you to register. They ask for a $10 donation, and it's going to be fun music. It's going to be some original songs and songs from the 60s and 70s, so bring your dancing shoes. My last little thing is that whoever does this, please help with the keyboard for the Peace Choir after service. Thank you.
Thank you, Maxine. So I just want to make a quick thank you. When you were talking about yard volunteers were needed, Van Dart spent hours and hours here this week, weed eating. He pulled up the black plastic behind the house. He started fixing the drain. He weed eated the vet's parking lot right there, that little thing. And Van Dart, that's Hillary's brother. Van Dart. Can you hear me okay? Okay. Yeah, and the other thing is Juan came too. Our person that was squatting under the back porch was very gracious about leaving when I put up a couple signs. And so Juan came and he put up beautiful lattice along the side. And if you haven't been in the back, please check out the ramp. It has now the safety strips on it and the beautiful cement landing. And I just feel so grateful to both Juan and Van Dart for that this week. It just warms my heart as a minister when people show up like that. So thank you so much to both of them. And now I'm going to turn it back over to our wonderful practitioner after our community song. Just seeing if you're on your toes there.
One, two, three, 1, 2, 3. Ready?
Good morning, everybody. I'm Reverend Lanny Howard, the Minister Emeritus of this church. That means I've been around 20 years. So, and everybody says, what do you get for that? You get the honorific of the title of Emeritus. Thank you very much. Okay, so I'm going to start out with a sacred reading from Mother Teresa. I don't know if she's a saint yet, but I'm sure she's working towards it. Although she was a saint while she was here. People are often unreasonable, irrational, and self-centered. Forgive them anyway. If you are kind, people may accuse you of selfish, ulterior motives. Be kind anyway. If you are successful, you will win some unfaithful friends and some genuine enemies. Succeed anyway. If you are honest and sincere, people may deceive you. Be honest and sincere anyway. What you spend years creating, others could destroy overnight. Create anyway. If you find serenity and happiness, some may be jealous. Be happy anyway. The good you do today will often be forgotten. Do good anyway. Give the best you have. and it will never be enough. Give your best anyway. In the final analysis, it is between you and God. It was never between you and them anyway. So that is the wisdom of Mother Teresa. And so now the community value for this week is service. And of course, you just heard about Van Dart doing all the weed eating all over the thing. The thing about service is it is a spiritual practice. It means that we are called to do something. We see a need, and something in us says, I could do that. I could help. I could be helpful. And we like to be helpful. Even little kids like to be helpful. You know, yesterday we had a little ceremony at this Faith Communities for Climate event. And we each had, each of the speakers had to put like a symbol of earth, fire, water, air. So they had to put, and then we had the, part of the earth was the trees. And so this little boy brought the branch, little teeny guy with his mom's help, brought the branch. And he was so excited to be part of the process, you know, to be helpful. And, you know, you don't know what your service is going to look like. So, you know, we already know that Marilyn is the board president, and she was up here playing music, so she's called to do these things. These are both volunteer kinds of things, and so she steps up because she's called to do that. And she also gave me some service when we had our volunteer dinner last week. She brought her own container to take her leftovers because she, you know, has saved these containers, and so if she has leftovers, she doesn't get the styrofoam or whatever. She brings her own. And I thought, what a great idea. So I saved a container. So if I'm putting it in my car, and if I have any leftovers, I'm bringing it in. So we never know what acts we are performing that provide a service to others. So even a smile can be considered a service. All right, so now I'm going to ring the bowl 3 times, and then we will sing. Well, actually, we're going to ring the bell, say ring the bell, ring the bell, and then we'll be quiet in meditation for 5 minutes. And then I'll bring us out with a prayer. Breathing in, I remember that which breathes me, that there is an infinite intelligence that is breathing my breath, that is beating my heart, that is circulating my blood, that is activating my immune system, that is taking care of all the functions of this magnificent body, that each cell is imbued with that God energy from that one source, knowing just what to do and when to do it. And so I know that that is true of my body, and I know it is true for everybody, that there is that life force, that divine intelligence present. And as with everything, we have to let it do its work by opening to that presence and power and being guided to that which serves the highest good. And so I'm grateful for this moment, for this breath, for this time together, so that each of us can be inspired by the words of Reverend Julia, that we may be lifted up by the music that we sing together, that we may be inspired by the gifts of service given by all of those who are helping us put this service together today. And so I know that we go forward in this day feeling that blessing, feeling that upliftment, feeling that realization of that power and presence that is right here, right now. And so with great gratitude for the blessing, for the good of this beautiful day, as we move into it, I know that it is the joyous day that the Lord has made, and we rejoice and are glad in it. And so with great gratitude, I release my word into the law of life itself, knowing that the law responds by corresponding to this realization of energy and of oneness, of joy, of gladness, and makes it manifest. And we affirm this together as we say, and so it is. And so our affirmation, I will read it, and then I invite you to join me in saying it with me. The world is alive as love itself. The world is alive as love itself. And now we will have another song. This is a special music from our music team.
Ready?
I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone all the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day. Yes, I can make it now, the rain is gone. All of the bad feelings have disappeared. Here is the rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day. Look all around, there's nothing but blue skies. Look straight ahead, there's nothing but blue skies.
our music team. Let's give them some more love. We have been practicing for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. Getting better and better. It already is a bright, sunshiny day. All right. I love this time of year. So, in case you don't know and might need a reminder, our global theme is a grand rising. A grand rising. So this month our theme has been a giant gentleness. And today's talk is, see, it's kind of like, I always want to say it backwards, but it's gentle cosmic-ness. Gentle cosmic-ness. So today we're going to talk about 3 areas of our lives that we can explore that we could bring more gentleness to. So let's just start off with the bad news, shall we? The bad news is, well, just watch the news. I have to admit I don't watch the news, but I can't escape all of it, right? So it sounds like all the news is bad news whenever I'm tapping into it accidentally. And it even seems like it just keeps getting worse and worse. Is that true? Does it seem like it's getting worse and worse? I don't know. But that's what we see, right? And that isn't the truth. So one of the things about our philosophy and our principles is we know that God is in all, through all, as all. So that's a foundation that we can stand on. And, I was reminded of, as I grew up in a Christian tradition, and in the scriptures, it talked about the last days. And in the last days, there would be wars and rumors of wars, right? And I'm thinking to myself, are we living in the last days? And what does that mean exactly? It could mean the end of the world as we know it, right? And I think that kind of started during the pandemic. The end of the world as we knew it. It totally changed. Or it could be that we are actually destroying ourselves and the planet. And it will be the end of the world as we know it, right? Or we could think of it like this. It could be the end of the world as we know it because we have been living from a separation consciousness. Yeah. And how about we start living from a consciousness of oneness and create a whole new world? I like that idea. So in our Science of Mind philosophy, we're taught that the world we see outside is a reflection of what's going on inside of us. And I'm like, what the heck is going on inside of us when I look outside, right? If it looks like anger, turmoil, hatred, divisiveness, all manner of ugliness. It sure doesn't look like love and peace a whole lot. So I know that we are definitely going through challenging times. Right? And during the most challenging of times, it's helpful, you've probably heard this quote, to remember that there is only one life. This life is God's life. This life is perfect. And this life is my life now. So whenever you might get caught up in the trauma or turmoil of life or watching the news, that's one thing we can turn back to. So the question is, how do we remember that there is something greater going on than what we're seeing in the news? How do we keep ourselves from getting caught up and lost in the traumas and the tragedies of the world? Our founder, Ernest Holmes, wrote this: "There is something about you and me that is cosmic. It's universal, that stretches over time and space. Let's learn to think better of ourselves." So what we can do then is we can bring ourselves back to spiritual principle because we know that God is in all, through all, as all. And so we can have hope, we can trust, we can believe there's something greater going on. And we can tap into that place within ourselves where we know, where we can feel the love and peace, right? One thing we don't do, and we may have been kind of good at doing this in the past, is doing what we call a spiritual bypass. We don't deny that there are horrendous things happening in the world. We don't deny that terrible things may have happened to us. But we don't let those traumas define our life. We can choose to reframe the story. We can choose to heal. And we can see that we're strong and we're resilient. Yes, our lives may have been really disrupted at a time, or we might be going through something hard right now. But we will get through it. And one of the great things about being in spiritual community is we have the opportunity to support one another when we do go through hard times. And we learn from our mistakes. We learn from the hard times, right? And some of the most challenging things that we go through, we get the opportunity to get to the other side and learn some things, and then we can show up for others who might be going through similar things and give back from the things that we've been through, the things that we've learned. So we get back to basics. We get back to prayer, meditation. We do our forgiveness work. We do our gratitude practices. And we lean into Spirit to listen. What is Spirit wanting us to do? What is ours to do in the world? We listen. Each one of us is here for a divine purpose, to remember the truth of our spiritual magnificence, and then to go out and do ours, the thing that's ours to do, like only we can. No one else can do it like we can. It's our nature to create, because we are created in the image and likeness of our Creator, right? And so we're here to wake up and create, co-create a world that works for all. So let's look at nature. Right now, it looks like there's definitely climate change going on, right? The Mother Earth is under stress. And I know when we get under stress, we can experience what is called dis-ease, right? And Mother Nature, same thing happens to her. She's under a great deal of stress that we've put her under, and she is experiencing some dis-ease. I know how stressful it can be here in California when all those fires happen, right? Horrendous, stressful, right? This is a funny story. So in 2018, I moved from California to Oregon, right? And in Oregon, I still cannot get used to how much rain happens when it rains there. And I would just envision some of that rain coming down to all of you in California so many times, right? And then a couple of years ago, in Oregon, we were having those forest fires too. And there was a forest fire that was out of control, like 3 miles from me, that I can see the flames, right? And I have a good friend that's from California up there, and she and I were just like, oh my gosh, this is really stressful. And the phone kept going off. Beep, 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 be prepared to evacuate, have your plans in place, blah, blah, blah. And I'm trying to work, and I can't even concentrate on working because it was so stressful. And the funny thing is that I actually left Oregon and came to California to get away from the fires. So in our bodies, there's a microcosm, right? And in the world, there's a macrocosm. And what's going on is that we need to remember that we are part of nature. We're not separate from it. And everything that we do to ourselves, we're doing to not only everyone else, but to Mother Nature, because we're all connected. There's that divine oneness. So there's a famous quote by Einstein that goes, "We can't solve our problems with the same thinking we used to create them. So we've got to raise our consciousness," right? It's a part of the grand rising we've been talking about. We've got to start thinking differently in order to create differently and to solve these issues that we have. And as we know, as Science of Mind students, there's only one mind. And all the answers are already within us. And we are connected to that one infinite intelligence that created the universes, right? So the answers are already available. It's up to us to do our work. And each of us must discover within ourselves, what is it within me that is blocking the awareness to love's presence? What do I need to heal in order to create a better life for myself and the planet? So that's our work to do, so that we can show up and be the presence of love, because that is the truth of our being, that we are God's love in form. And so in order to be that gentle cosmic being, we need to heal ourselves first. And universal community. We are a universal community. In our ever-evolving awareness, we get to remember that there's so much going on that we don't understand yet. Here's a quote from Agent K in Men in Black. He said, 1,500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was the center of the universe. 500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was flat. Imagine what you'll know tomorrow. So we don't know what we don't know yet, right? But we can choose to believe that everything that's happening is happening for our highest spiritual evolution. Everything that's going on is like a wake-up call right now for us to wake up. We've got to do our spiritual work now. I saw something on Messenger. Jerry Lynn sent it this week. I may have sent it to some of you, but I loved it. It was a Native American legend, and it was about the hummingbird. And the forest caught on fire, and there was this huge fire, right? And the jaguar was watching all the animals flee from the forest, except for the jaguar kept seeing the hummingbird going back, flying, looked like, back towards the fire. And as the jaguar was watching this happen again and again, finally, he asked the little bird, "What are you doing?" And the hummingbird said, "Well, I'm flying back to the lake, and I'm putting some water in my beak, and as I fly back, I'm throwing it on the fire." And the jaguar just started laughing, right? Like, "Oh, right, you think you're going to put out the fire with that little bit of water?" And the hummingbird, "No, I don't think I'm going to put out the fire, but this is my home. The forest is my home. It feeds me. It feeds my family. It nourishes me. It gives me everything I need for life. And so I'm going to do everything I can to help it." And the spirit, the forest spirit, heard this little hummingbird and was so moved that the forest spirits created a torrential downpour and put out the fire. So that reminds me to remind us that it's, whatever is ours to do, whatever little thing we can do has an impact on the whole, and that we're all connected. So don't feel like you can't do anything important, because you can. Just show up as your authentic self in kindness. Imagine the actions we take creating a ripple effect. Just like that hummingbird, right? Our love for ourselves, each other, and the planet does create that ripple effect. And it goes out, and the waves get bigger and bigger because it's connecting in with everybody else's ripple effects, right? And so we can create a tsunami of love here on the planet that will bathe us, will nurture us, will heal us. There is no power greater than the power of love. So, let us remember that we are one humanity, one planet, and one universal community. Let us love our brothers and sisters as ourselves, no matter how different they may think. Let us keep our minds and hearts open to the differences among us, looking instead for our commonalities. Let us not run from or resist uncomfortable situations, but lean into the uncomfortableness to learn what it has to teach us. There's another story I want to share. It's about Francis of Assisi. And so the story goes like this, and it's from a book by Lyanda Lynn Haupt in her book called Rooted. And she writes that Francis was called upon by the mayor because there was a wolf that was wreaking havoc in the village. It was slaughtering the sheep. It attacked the shepherds. And it killed some of the guards that went out after it. And so Francis went out there to be with the wolf. And instead of trying to tame the wolf, it respected its wildness. And it listened to the wolf. And the wolf shared its story that it had been wounded and its pack had left. And so it was hungry. It was really hungry. And when any folks from the village would attack it, it was only acting in self-defense. And so Francis went back to the mayor and shared with the mayor in the village that this is why the wolf was wreaking havoc. It was just hungry and injured. And so the folks, once they had this information and understood what was going on, they started helping find food for the wolf. And they lived in harmony. And that's what we can do too. Instead of reacting to the horrendous things that are going on, we can become really great at listening. We can hear others' points of view. Instead of thinking in terms of us versus them or me versus you, let's co-create a new world based on love and compassion for ourselves and each other in a grander way than we've ever been able to do before. We can create solutions to our current challenges with new ways of thinking, but it takes all of us. It's a way of raising our consciousness when we all come together and work together because we're one humanity. Let our new model of success be based on being our authentic selves and showing kindness to one another despite our differences. Let us look at each other and see the face of God. Let us look into each other's eyes and see mirrored back the infinite, the holy beings that we truly are. I pray that we each remember that we are one. Let us heal the divide, the separation consciousness. There is only one belief that needs to be healed, and it's the mistaken belief that we are separate from Source. As we come to the close of today's topic, let us remember, as Ernest Holmes shared, life is not just something to be endured. It is to be lived in joy, in a fullness without limit. I place no value on anything unless it brings gladness, love, friendship, the ability to laugh, and makes me feel that every person I meet, if I knew them, I would love. Our world needs us now more than ever to wake up from the nightmare stories we've told ourselves in our head and wake up to our spiritual magnificence, to heal ourselves and the planet. Let us first do the work we need to do inside to become the change that we want to see in the world. And then let's go out and create a world that works for all. This is ours to do. This is ours to be. This cosmic gentleness in form. This is the way we get to participate in a grand rising. Let us say yes to Spirit's call. This is our time to shine and bless the world with our cosmic gentleness. Let it be so. Namaste. Now it's time for another wonderful song by our musicians. And there she is, Marilyn.
Think, Carla.
your spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Woo-hoo. Thank you. And now it's time for our conscious giving, so I'm going to invite you to stand for our prosperity affirmation. Just repeat after me. I give this gift with love and joy from a consciousness of abundance. Divine love blesses and prospers all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. Thank you. And now we'll have the passing of the basket. Oh, please be seated. Now I'll bless the offerings. Knowing that there is that one infinite source of all supply, I give thanks this day for each person who has shown up here to co-create this beautiful experience. And I bless these offerings that have been shared, realizing and recognizing that the abundance of the universe moves in, through, and as all of us. And I give thanks for the blessings that these financial gifts provide to the Sierra Center for Spiritual Living, and we tithe on these offerings, and so it goes out into our greater community. And I know that it helps our nonprofit partners stay going and serving the people of our community. And so it goes out and it blesses the world. And I am so grateful for all the gifts that continue to pour forth through our life, because there is only one life, and it is the life of the one that gives all to all. And with great thanksgiving, I just say thank you, God, and so it is. So it is. So, reminders and thank yous. Well, I just want to remind us about the next week is the update potluck. And it's also Cinco de Mayo, so maybe we'll have some Mexican food. I think Liliana's maybe going to bring some. I don't know. Anyway, come find out about the news search for the next minister. And thank you, Gary. Thank you, Juan, for the cookies. Thank you. Thank you, Judy. Thank you, Maya. Thank you, Maya. Thank you, Red Lanny. Thank you, Marilyn and Shauna and Dawn. Thank you, Maxine, for announcing. And thank you all for being here. Thank you. Oh, absolutely. You're so welcome. It's a blessing to be here with you all. And so, what are you taking away with you today? Joy. Inspiration. Oneness. Happiness. Hummingbirds. Oh, gentleness. Sweet, sweet. So I'm going to invite us to stand for our benediction. And repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening as me right now.
Something wonderful is happening as me right now.
It's this thing called gentle cosmic-ness.
It's this thing called gentle cosmic-ness.
It's this thing called love and compassion.
It's this thing called love and compassion.
It's this thing called the grand rising.
It's this thing called the grand rising.
I know it.
I know it.
I feel it. I sense it. Because I am it.
Because I am it.
And so it is.
So it is. Marilyn.
All right. And now, feel free to join hands for our closing song.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine all the time, let it shine. All around the neighborhood, I'm gonna let it shine. All around the neighborhood, I'm gonna let it shine. All around the neighborhood, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine all the time, let it shine. Monday gave me the gift of love. Tuesday peace came sure enough. Wednesday told me to have more faith. Thursday gave me a little more grace. Friday told me to sing and pray. Saturday told me what to say. Sunday gave me power divine to let my little light shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine all the time, let it shine. Let it shine all the time, let it shine. Let it shine.